left side of the infield. Backs up Baty, having a hard time tracking it. Oh, no! What a disaster! Oh, right in the face.
So it's been a really tough year for the Mets in really all aspects of the game. And last night, there was a high fly ball hit by Max Muncy to third base. Brett Baty works his way towards the line, realizes the ball is going to drift back towards the middle of the diamond. He dives, ball hits off his face, and the runner scores. So I'm not making this video to call out or make fun of Brett Baty because I have dropped the fly ball professionally playing second base. In Double-A was my one missed pop-up hit by Chris Davis, highest fly ball I've ever seen. And if you've never been under a fly ball from a major league hitter, although major leaguers make it look routine, it is not always the easiest play, especially when there's wind involved. So I want to give a couple of quick tips on how you can make this play easier as an infielder. So a couple things to understand. First thing is, anytime the ball is hit in the air, in the infield, the ball is always going to work its way back towards the field. So you'll see this most from the catcher's position. I think the hardest pop-up to field in the infield is from the catcher's position because the ball always works its way back towards the infield more than any other position. The further you get away from where the ball is struck, so if you're in the outfield, you don't have that same effect. But the effect happens most at the catcher's position, and then it gradually becomes less as you get further away from the batted ball. So as a catcher, that's why catchers always taught to get their back to the infield, because the ball's going to move this way. You want to get your back towards the infield so you can make the adjustment when the ball starts to work its way back. Now, as a corner infielder, one thing that Baty has to keep in mind is when a left-hander hits this ball, although it looks like it might go down the line, the ball, again, is always going to get pushed back towards the field. So you have to keep the ball on this side of you. And you can see when this ball goes up, he starts to work his way towards the line right here, and he gets into this position. So at this point, the ball is already on that side of him. Instead of being with his chest open towards the infield, he should flip around so that his chest is open towards foul territory. Keep the ball on this side of you because you know it's always going to come back towards the field. And then if your back is facing this way, then you can easily just start to move a few feet as the ball starts to come back towards the field of play. But again, instead he opens the wrong way, and now he gets to this point right here where the ball is going to continue to drift back, and then fall and hit him in the face. Now, some people have said that Lindor should have just made this play. And yes, it would have been an easier play for Lindor. But if we go back to the reaction from Baty, he looks at this point like the ball is going to be basically coming down right on top of him. So there's no real reason for Lindor to think that he has to run over here. Where shortstops will make this play are typically balls that are hit in this area because the third baseman has to turn and run for it, and it's an easier angle for the shortstop to just go out and make the play. But on a routine pop-up that's hit right basically over the head of the third baseman, as a major league player, you're saying, okay, he's going to field this ball, and I'm going to go over here as he does and start to cover third base. So the same thing would apply no matter the position. So let's just say the ball is hit to the first baseman. Again, always keep the ball on this side of you because you know the ball is going to work back this way. As middle infielders, this is where I played a lot of. If you're the second baseman, always stay behind the ball here. I always want to keep the ball on a slight angle in front of me. If I ever get to the point where I look straight up and the ball is straight over my head, I know I'm in trouble because the ball is going to land further back than I anticipate. So I always make sure that I keep the ball slightly in front of me, let's say 10 degrees or so. And again, at the catcher position, you can keep it even more in front of you. So I'm looking up about 10 degrees or so. I'm not looking straight up, and the ball will come right back to where I'm playing. So hopefully that helps you out, especially as you get older. The higher the ball is hit, when you get to the major leagues, when you get the pro ball, sometimes in college, the higher the ball is hit, the more drastic that movement is always going to be back towards the field. So it does take some getting used to if you've never played at that level, never experienced a fly ball hit that high. And the last thing is, again, always be checking your wind, because if the wind is blowing this way, well, now you're going to have the ball coming back to the field, and you're going to have the wind also blowing. And so the ball is probably going to end up moving twice as far as you anticipate. So that's all I have. Hopefully that helps. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any questions. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, give it a thumbs up, all that good stuff, and we'll talk to you later.